It did too. I looked at my boo. I felt good. Jumped back and did my thing like I knew I would. Oh, man.
Wow.
I was in tears.
Wow.
Y'all got to help me.
Who was it?
Somebody who want them damn tickets. Time the show start.
7. Somebody was saying 7:30, but it's 7 on here. Other people telling me
That's
7.
bad. Hold on, but now we had some Kevin Hart tickets. Brother called. Well, he came. He called, came, got the tickets all before 6:30.
Welcome back to the Sports Brothers on 1490 WERE. We're jamming. We just had Rob Parker in on the show. So we're going to stay on the vibe of the Shadow League. We're talking about the man who created the Shadow League. The man knew we needed the Shadow League. We're talking about Keith Clinkscales. How you doing, Keith?
Branson, how you doing, my brother?
Doing real good. You're on with me and Delvis Valentine, and we know the background with ESPN and the 30 for 30. A lot of Vibe magazine. Why the Shadow League? Why was it time for it now?
Well, I mean, after spending some time at ESPN, you see so many opportunities where people of color speak about sports sometimes in a different manner. They try to find different angles on it. They try to go ahead and make sure there's other discussions about it. And I wanted to make sure there was an opportunity for those discussions to be had. Sometimes they're not always comfortable. Sometimes they are not always easy. But they do mandate and warrant some discussion.
Keith, did you see anything else out there that, I don't want to say it was like the Shadow League, but did you create the Shadow League because nothing was out there like the Shadow League?
No, I think the thing about sports is that people of color, all folks, all men, they are active and avid sports fans. And the thing that you want to do with sports media is have a place where there's a discussion. And I wanted to make sure that there was a place like that was a little bit fuller in discussion that was being held. I think a number of different entities touched on this. Your show, your boys down in Atlanta, the Stews in Atlanta, the Starting Five, they were on this for a while. And then you look at shows like First Take on ESPN and some of the other things that have been on ESPN that have gotten not just a significant audience, but a significant African-American audience as well.
Hey, Keith, this is Delvis Valentine. Pleasure meeting you, my brother.
Nice to meet you also.
What I'd like to ask is, it seems like on television, there are a lot of sports shows, but as far as the subject matter that we can identify with, there are not that many. Do you think that one of the major networks would be open to having a show like that, or will it take someone like one of these new networks, like for instance the Ken TV or Bounce or someone like of that ilk to have a sports show made for our audience?
Well, I would argue by looking at our viewership. Many of the shows that are on ESPN are those shows right now.
Right.
You could make an argument to say they need to have more of that, or they can go deeper in that. But even if you look at what's happened after First Take, shows like Sports Nation came along, and then Numbers Never Lie that has all black hosts, I believe, right now. Those are steps in that direction that are a clear nod to the potency of the audience.
Now, I know that you were doing the 30 for 30 for ESPN. Are there any stories that you think need to be told and just haven't been told yet? And if so, which ones would you like to be done?
Well, to answer your first question, are there any stories? Yes. The beauty of sports stories is that there's just so many of them. The 30 for 30 was designed to really cover things from 1979